just mismove them. It's recording. Hi, good morning. Actually, it's afternoon now here at the Banks residence, but today is day number 8. And I'm going to give you a quick check-in about the progress of our chick. So this is day 8's egg. You'll see it's still growing. Of course, like I've said each day, it's not to scale. So our chick is not that big inside. In fact, it's pretty small, probably not much bigger than the size of your thumbnail. We're going to do some exciting stuff today. We're going to show you candling. My family and I have already done some candling earlier in the day to check our eggs, but we want to demonstrate what it looks like when we have a healthy chick on day 8 and then one that we think might be a quitter. So the equipment that we use, this is our light system. So it has a spot where we can put the egg right here and then turn the light on, and it'll look up through the eggshell for us to check and make sure that our egg is growing and on task. And both my sons are helping with this progress. So one of them was helping fill in the chart with our record sheet of how well they're doing and how if they're fertile or not, and the other one is serving as a cameraman and was also making sure in agreement that we had fertile eggs. So I'm going to shut off the light and get out our first egg, and I'll take a look at it with you. So I'm going to start with egg number 17. I want to make sure that I only have it out for a little bit, and I've also just freshly washed my hands to make sure that it is going to be clean. So if you look carefully, you'll see that there's a lot of membrane. You can see, actually, if you look really carefully down by where my thumb is, you can see the embryo sort of flip-flopping in there. You see the veins where it's getting all its nutrients from the egg. If I keep rotating it, you can see there's some empty space. But then the next week or so, that egg will not have all that empty space. It'll keep growing. The embryo will keep growing. So this is egg 17, and this egg is definitely fertile. We can see a little bit of a black dot, and that black dot is actually the eye of the chick, or one of his eyes. And if you look, I'm holding it pretty sturdy, but if you look really carefully, you see it move or pulse, and its heart's beating, everything, all of its body functions are working well. So that is an example of a fertile egg when we candle. I'm going to put it back into our incubator, keep it nice and toasty. I did check all these eggs earlier today and wanted to make sure that I gave the incubator time for the humidity to build back up and for the heat to build back up before we did our video. But this is egg number 2, and when we were examining the eggs in the last few days, just looking at them through the incubator, we were a little concerned about this egg because it seems to have a little bit of a crack. And that was our first inkling that something might not be going well with this egg. So take a look. You can see that there's definitely a mass that is inside. So something was starting to grow in this egg. But when we move it around, we see it's very liquefied. Everything you can see at the very top where we usually see an air bubble, we can see that everything really shifts and it's just sort of floating in there. So we really think number 2 is a quitter. Something started to grow, but it's not growing on task. It's not where it should be for day 8. So we're going to monitor it for about the next day or so. And if it continues to look the same, my gut feeling is that this is an egg we're going to have to remove from the incubator. We do not want to keep any eggs in here that are not growing because they will start to decompose, and that will also hurt all the other eggs that are doing well. So we don't want to introduce any kind of bacteria into our incubator. So we would have to remove and dispose of this egg. So we'll give it about another 24 hours to make sure that my gut feeling is correct. But we're going to probably have to take number 2 out. So let me go ahead and put number 2 back in and give you an update on what happened when we were candling for all of our students who are making predictions and are interested. So let me go ahead and turn the light back on. So according to our data, we have 24 eggs, and we have a few that we're going to check on, including number 2, but we're pretty sure that 23 out of the 24 are in fact fertile and have embryos growing in them right now. So that is an excellent amount fertility, and it's a really good number for us. Generally speaking, when you incubate and raise eggs this way, they have about a 60% success rate. So we're hoping that we're a little bit higher. Last year we were definitely higher. We had almost 20, I believe 20 chicks that survived our hatch. So even though they're all growing and on task, of course they have to keep growing strong. They have to keep building up their strength so that they can hatch on their own. And we'll continue to talk to you about that process in the coming days. But we just wanted to check in and give you a little candling lesson today. We hope everyone's safe at home, and we will see and talk to you again really soon. Bye.